What's good, YouTube? Back with another video, man. And today, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just been wanting to get like more into like consciousness, bro. Cause when I look on social media, it just be a lot of stuff that I don't agree with. That I feel like we can do better as black people. And I feel like shit. Why not use the platform to just talk about stuff I want to talk about and stuff that I'm interested in. So this video, I'm be reacting to some Dr. Umar. He gonna give an update on his school. He talking about well, basically the big part of the video is hip hop failing Black America. So if you don't know who Dr. Umar is, bro, you living under a rock, no cap. So let's get into the video.
Family is the source of everybody's trauma. That's what you call a traitor. The hip hop community has betrayed Black America. You're looking for a way not to have to engage the negative elements because you ain't got the courage to step to them and shut that down. And that's what's happening in hip hop.
You walked yourself in that corner because then you said,
I'm
no one's
holding the
guiding it.
entire culture accountable for letting it go on.
Pop! Fatherless black boys ain't hip hop.
Bullshit.
Your job.
Bullshit.
That is your job.
Oh,
You can't
so y'all
put
can
that
just
on
keep
hip hop.
talking bull-
Can't
and
put that on
making
hip
all
hop.
this money
No,
and not using none of it
You
to
can't
help the bulls.
You listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
I'm leaving.
Hello and welcome to Hustle Over Everything. I'm Alex, and today is part 2 of our episode with Dr. Umar. And if you haven't seen the first one, go do that and come back. Now, this episode is by far our most heated, our most fiery episode to date. So you're gonna be in for a treat. Make sure you watch to the end because it gets better towards the end. All right, let's get into the episode. So I have a few questions. So I'm a
Sure.
part of a black group in Toronto.
A black.
Men's group in
Okay,
Toronto.
okay.
So I'm asking for some questions from that group, and then Miles, I'm gonna give you a stage for a little bit to ask some questions to Dr. Umar.
Yeah,
Then-
I have one more question, and Dr. Umar does have to go quick,
Exactly.
soon. So fire those off quickly, and
Where
then
we at? What time is it?
yeah, it's 1:05. So you gotta
We
go.
got an hour. We good till 2.
Okay.
Too?
Okay.
Solid. Amazing. All right, cool. So what message do you have for black men in Toronto from a U.S. lens?
I'm gonna go from a Pan-Africanist lens. It doesn't have to be a U.S. lens. Black men everywhere, I would probably give the same assessment because wherever I go, I see the same handful of problems. Africa, Caribbean, Central South America, Toronto, Asia, Europe, same thing. Single mother-led homes, mass incarceration of black men with chronic employment, white Jesus, fatherless black boys. So what do black men need to do? Number one, we need to organize. We need to organize and take back our streets. And in order to take back our streets, we got to take back our boys. We're not doing enough with the young men. There's too many young men who don't have a father figure in their life. And one of my gripes with the black church, they're not doing enough for the mentorship of the fatherless boys. Every time I talk to a pastor about working with the fatherless boys, you know the first question they want to bring up? Is there any funding for that? Why the hell you need money to spend time with our fatherless young men? Stop looking for a hustle and put in the struggle. But anyhow, organize, take back the boys, organize and build each other up economically as men. One of our biggest problems as black men, we fight too much with each other, too much competition, too much ego, too much trying to outdo. The 5 of us should not be competing with each other. The 5 of us should be collaborating with each other to build and invest together. Black men need each other because let's just be honest. We are the number one threat to the global white power structure, not Al-Qaeda, right? Not Russia, not the Taliban. Black men have always been the threat, always been the threat. So if we can just come together, stop.
Bruh, and I always say this. I say this to my friends. I say this to anybody when we having you know what I'm saying, an intellectual conversation. It's like, bruh, black people don't feel obligated to help each other. And I feel like we never go get to where we should be with that mindset. And when I say where we should be, not at the bottom, bro. Like black people get stepped over so much, bro. It's sad, bro. They just passed a bill in California about a week ago. I was just talking to my neighbor about it. Illegal immigrants can get up to $150,000 loan on a house. Illegal immigrants, not even from here, in California can get up to $150,000 loan, down payment loan on a house. And it's just like, why is it so hard for black people to get a house in America? But they'll give you a car loan, they'll give you student loans, you can get all them, but you can't buy a house because they don't want you to have nothing. Pay attention, bro.
Fighting each other and fight together with each other against our true enemies, we would be unstoppable. The African people are waiting for black men to collaborate. We got to get there.
Next question. What is the status of the school?
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. What is the status of the school? Well, tomorrow morning I got to meet with a door contractor. I want to get some new doors. The doors we got are good. You know, they're secure, but they're old. And since the school is 15 years old, physically the school is 15 years old. We've had it for 5 of those 15. I want to give it a fresh look. So I want fresh doors. We got another paint job, another layer of paint. We got some floors to cover up.
Bruh, he just said that he bought a school and had it for 5 years, but it's still not up and running. He not getting no help. I said, bruh, I see so much like negative comments about Dr. Umar, bruh, because it's like they say, "Where's your school? You talk all this, but you scamming, you scamming, you scamming. Where's the help, bruh? You telling me this black man trying to build a black school for black people and couldn't get nobody to donate, bro? All these rich black celebrities we got, and ain't nobody helping them? I feel like that's sad. I ain't gonna lie. That's sad, bro. All the money we give to the white people, the Arabs, the Chinese, Indians, but you can't get this black man that's trying to shape the youth for a better future. But he can't get no money. That's bullshit.
Once we cover up the floors, put that other layer of paint, it's time for inspection. We at the finish line. So I hope to be applying for the inspection before summer ends. And some might say, why not next week? Something always comes up every time you at the finish line. Something always comes. Some little fix this, you know. But we right there, you know. So my thing is, let's get the building permitted before the end of the summer so we can have a grand opening probably for Kwanzaa. But we're going to start educating the children next summer, though, because we need time to get ready. We can't do it that fast.
Sure.
But we right there. We dancing around the finish line. And, you know, people always ask me, so what's going to be the date? I can't give a date. I've had like 6 dates, and I violate every date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one thing this has taught me, when you institution building, don't give out no dates till the institution done. The biggest mistake I made was I thought I could predict. Nah. Wait till you completely done and then give out a date. But we right there at the finish line. Floors and doors, and floors, walls, and doors, and we done.
Before you move on from the school, quickly, what's going to be your role? Because I know that you're all over the world. You're speaking to many people.
I'm going to be the principal.
Okay, so you're actually going to be there?
I won't be able to travel as much. Yeah, I'm physically
Got
there.
you.
Because you got to remember, we're going to be tuition based.
Yeah.
You know, and so when people send their children to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, they're assuming that they're going to get to experience Dr. Umar in the flesh.
Yeah.
So if I'm not there, number one, that's dangerous because I'm not sure my teachers are teaching. You follow me?
Yep.
And number two, they don't really get the Ifa Tunde experience, right? So I'm going to be the principal, and I'm also going to be the history teacher.
And is that going to be your plan for like a long time, or are you going to kind of do that and
as
then
schools come,
Yeah.
as we get more schools, I'm going to have to fall back, and I'm going to be more of a superintendent
Got you.
than the principal. You follow? But I still plan to be the history teacher, even if I have to do so virtually.
How about psychology? Would you be involved in that as well? Because I know.
Well, I probably will be the school psychologist as
Yeah.
well, although we will not have a bona fide special ed program. We will have programs for disabled children, but special ed is federal, which means that's public dollars. We don't take public dollars, so we will not have a public special ed program.
Got you. Thank you. Okay.
What's your views on religion in school?
Well, we will have, one of our bona fide curriculums will be African spirituality. You don't have to practice it, but you must study it. So if you say I want my son to go to FDMG, but he cannot learn about the ancestors, he cannot learn about the way African people worshiped God, he can't come to the school. No child is exempt from any aspect of the curriculum. And the reason I'm bringing this up is good. I'm glad you asked the question, because I've had supporters who intend to send their children to the school, but they want to exempt them from the African spirituality curriculum. Can't happen. They don't have to practice. They don't have to pour libation, but they must know why we do it. You follow me?
Yeah.
They have to get the instruction, but they don't have to participate in the practice. I had one father, he's a big supporter. He said, Dr. Umar, I'm a Christian. I cannot allow my son to learn anything about African spirituality. I said, well, he won't be able to come to the school. I said, it's a shame. And you need to check your hypocrisy. He said, what do you mean? I said, your son go to a public school, right? He said, yeah. They're being taught to worship white people. They're being taught about homosexuality and transgenderism.
Yeah.
They're being taught that African people can achieve nothing in the world. They're being special educated, medicated, mistreated. You was okay with all that. Look, you was okay with all that. But you're not okay with them learning about how their ancestors worship God, a system you know nothing about. He had to pause and step back.
Yeah.
He probably still not going to send him to the school. But I just want him to see the hypocrisy of a black man telling a black man, your son can't come to my school because you don't want them to learn about African spirituality when he goes to a school where he's taught everything about demonology.
So would you be okay with sending your child to a school, and hypothetically, in that same situation where, let's say, like, you really want to send your child to this school, but they teach whatever it is, the homosexuality, whatever it is. Are you okay with that? Or would you actually want that your child to be exempt from learning those things?
Well, are we comparing homosexuality with African spirituality?
No. I don't want to compare it. I'm just using that because that's the example that you brought up. But
Right.
you take away that stuff. Let's say it was a Christian
Okay.
school that you really wanted to send your
Okay.
child to, but you wanted them exempt. Like, would you be okay with them being like, you're
Is it
not?
a Pan-Africanist Christian academy? Because if it is a Pan-Africanist Christian academy, I know God gonna look like my children. So although I may not necessarily agree with some of the religious beliefs, I can tolerate it because at least I know they won't be taught self-hate through the imagery.
Got you.
Yeah.
What's the difference between African spirituality and voodoo?
Okay. Voodoo is one form of African spirituality.
Oh.
Just like you have many different branches of Christianity, you have many different branches
Catholic,
of African
Pentecostal.
spirituality.
Got
Absolutely.
you.
It's a denomination.
For lack of a
You
better
could
term?
call it a denomination for lack of a better term, right? Under the umbrella of African spirituality. So many of our ancestors who came to Haiti, if you would, they came from the region of Benin, Togo, Angola, some of those African countries. And well, all of us, no matter where we came from countries where African spirituality was practiced. Voodoo is that form of African spirituality that came with us to the islands. When we got to the islands, the slave master didn't allow us to use African spirituality, especially after the Haitian Revolution, right? Because the Haitian Revolution was founded on African spirituality, right? The voodoo system. So I practice Ifa out of Nigeria, which is Yoruba culture. Ifa is a cousin to voodoo. Very similar, but there are some differences. So the deities are very similar. Ogun, I am a son of Ogun. So in African culture, everybody in here is born under the protection of a guardian spirit. You're ruling Orisha, right? Mine is Ogun, the divinity of war, iron, power, and justice. That is the Orisha that was evoked at Bois Iman in Haiti that gave birth to the Haitian Revolution. In Haiti, they'll call it Ogul, you see. Because we had to hide our African spirituality, we had to tuck it into the Roman Catholicism and Christianity of the slave master. So we would assign every Orisha, or in the case of voodoo, it would be Loa. We would assign one of these divinities to a Christian saint, right? So Mama Yemonja, who is the feminine principle that gives birth to all life. This is the energy that God created to bring forth life. She would be syncretized with Mother Mary. So when the white man walks into the church, it looks like you're honoring Mother Mary, but that's really Queen Mother Yemonja. You see, Ogu might be syncretized with St. Peter. It looks like you're paying homage to St. Peter, but it's really Ogu. So we had to hybridize the system to hide it from the slave master.
Kind of like Constantine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so I believe, voodoo has gotten a really bad name through Hollywood, through miseducation. After the Haitian Revolution, the white man went out of his way to destroy the respect and the love and the adoration that African people had towards traditional African spirituality. And that's why when people hear the word voodoo, they think of zombies and raising dead people and putting hexes on people. It's not about that. Now, I'm Ifa, which is separate. Ifa is Nigeria. It's called Fa in Benin. Okay. Voodoo in Benin. In fact, Benin is the voodoo capital. When I visited Benin, we actually went to the hometown of Toussaint L'Ouverture because he was from Benin. So a lot of your Haitians come from Benin, Angola, Togo, right in that area, Nigeria. Same thing with Haiti, Jamaica, same kind of thing. In Puerto Rico, it became Santeria, Palo, Lukumi, Voodoo, Ifa, Fa. These are all different names. Candomblé. These are all different names for different denominations of almost a singular African faith, in that they have way more in common than they have that is not in common.
And this is where you get Ifa Tunde in your name,
right?
Like Ogun.
Absolutely. I got Ifa Tunde, Ogun Tade. This is a village. I might want to visit it if you get a chance. South Carolina. You fly into Savannah or Charleston. It's in it's in Sheldon, South Carolina, the Oyotunji African Village, oyotunji.org, OYOTUNJI. I went there November 11th of 2019. I had my first divination there, Chief Olaitan. He's now an ancestor, rest in peace. And he named me in communication with the divinity. So when God created the universe, there was one spirit that God allowed to witness all of creation, only one spirit. That divinity is called Ifa, or Orunmila. Orun means heaven. Mila means messenger. Orunmila is the messenger of God. He would be the voice, the energy, not a man. And this is how African spirituality differs from the religions, because the religions follow a heroic human agency. Abraham came, Moses came, Joshua came, Jesus came, Noah came, Muhammad came. African spirituality, we're not required to believe in the divinity of any human being. It's all spirit. So Orunmila is a spirit that we've never seen. And it is through Orunmila. Orunmila brought the wisdom to man of the universe. Ifa is the universal system that controls everything in existence. So the name of God in Yoruba is Olodumare. Olodumare literally means the owner of the source of all creation. What is the source? Ifa. There are 16 feminine energies that God used to create everything in the world. 16 times 16 is 256. So there's 256 energy patterns that created everything on earth. You, me, the lights, good, evil, light, darkness, the fish, the water, the elephants, the plants, war, peace. Everything was birthed from these 16 Odus, or energy powers, forces, right? And then they multiply because they interact with each other. That's how you get the 256 energy patterns. Every one of us is born under a energy pattern that guides your destiny on this earth. And the reason the system is called Ifa, because Ifa means destiny. Before you incarnated, before you came to the womb of your mother, you was in heaven. You sat at the feet of God and you chose a purpose for being here. When you were born, you lost the knowledge of why you came. And the reason we communicate with Orunmila, because remember, Orunmila witnessed creation. Orunmila knows the end of everything. Orunmila know when I'm going to die, when he going to die, how many kids you're going to have, if you're going to live in Canada for the rest of your life, how long it's going to take for African people to reclaim Africa, how long the sun going to be in the sky, how long the planets are going to exist. Orunmila knows everything because God gave him the wisdom to know the ends. So when you get a spiritual reading of divination, it is the spirit of Orunmila that opens up your future, because Orunmila already knows what's going to happen. God gave him that blessing. And Orunmila communicates to the priest or priestess to say, okay, he's about to walk into a very good situation in the next 5 years, but he needs to do some things to make sure he gets his blessing and it doesn't pass you by. Because even though God has something in store for you, you can miss it if you are not living correctly. Thanks. There might be something bad in store for you, but guess what? Through certain sacrifices, you can actually avoid that. So with African spirituality, we differ from the world religions in 3 main areas. Number one, we can do something about our future besides just praying about it. There's spiritual remedies, mathematically precise spiritual remedies to deal with certain things. We don't just have to pray. We pray, but we can also manipulate the forces of the universe to bring about a desired end in a way that is supported by Almighty God, right? So that's one, divination. Number two, the balance of masculine and feminine. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, God is always masculine. All power is in the hands of masculinity, not in African culture. God is the owner of the masculine and the feminine. So we can call on God the mother as much as we will call on God the father. So African spirituality still has the balance of male and female. And we would argue one of the reasons why there hasn't been more good done through religion is religion has deprived us of the feminine principle.
Yep.
And the third reason, a third difference, and there's many, but a third one is ancestral veneration. In Christianity and Islam, there's no space for ancestors, even though you calling on all these people from the Bible. In our culture, our ancestors play a guiding role and they can play a decisive role in our life and whether we fulfill our destiny. So being black matters, being African matters, being from my family matters. And we call on our undead, because nobody dies. Our undead, we call on them to help us because in African culture, guess what? Our ancestors are our angels. They're the ones with the wings on their back. They're the ones looking over our shoulder. They're the ones who intercede to God on our behalf.
Is that where Black Panther took that from?
Absolutely.
Got you.
Absolutely.
Got you.
Absolutely.
All right, so next question from Michael G. Brother Umar, you have eloquently articulated the generational problems. Do you have any active and effective solutions in place or pending that could have generational impact?
Well, number one, education. The schools, obviously, from a psychological perspective, until we have a psychological revolution, we won't have any other kind. Until you change the way black people think, you change nothing about us. Our problems, we have the money. We got all the educated people. You understand? We got the intelligence. We got the number. We got what we need. The only resource we're missing is the psychological resource. Black people are not committed. Black people don't believe in themselves. White power has convinced us we can't beat it. You see that? White power has convinced us we can't beat it. And this is a big reason why. This is a big reason why a lot of black men are dating white women.
Let's get into the snow buddies.
Because the white woman, stay with me, the white woman is the black man's surrender flag. When I walk into a party with my white wife, when I go on vacation with my white wife, when I go into a job interview with my white wife, when I go to a business dinner with my white wife, I'm communicating to the white man that as much as I can be, I am one of you and I am on your side because look at who I'm sleeping with. The white woman is a symbol of the black man's masculine surrender.
You think so?
Said that too early.
But organization.
Yeah.
You can't solve any problem without being organized. Until we organize, we don't solve any problem. So when he said, what's the next step? Organize. In other words, where's the study group at in Toronto? How often are black men coming together to study and to also discuss our issues and plot a course forward? Where is the black bank in Toronto? Or can we start a credit union? Or could we start a SUSU where every black man in this cipher is going to put $100 in a month, and once we get $100,000, we're going to buy a building so we got a place where we can organize our people, take care of our young folks. Institutions are 50% of the solutions. Institutions, school, bank, hospital, supermarket, manufacturing, distribution. If we ain't talking institutions, we not serious about solutions. And the reason why we can't change our people's behavior is in order to change behavior, you got to have control over the institutions that they need, right? If I want to work for the white man, he going to tell me how to dress. He going to tell me how to look. He going to tell me how to talk. And I'm going to do it because I want that job, or I want that free food, or I want that housing. You can only control people's behavior when you got something they need. We don't do anything for our people. Why the hell would they listen to you? Until you can provide them with what they need, you'll never get their attention.
So I have a quick question. Actually, it's two questions.
Hold up, introduce yourself to the audience.
Oh, my name is Umar. I'm the owner of Activated Studios, Competent Construction, Activated Estate, Activated Trucking. I do multiple things.
Powerful, powerful.
Peace and Pan-Africanism.
Yes, sir.
But I would say, when you're trying to organize your family, like the men in the family, the women in the family, so many different ways of thinking, how do somebody go about that? Because it's very hard to get to the meat of the situation because, like you said earlier, it's a lot of bickering, different situations at hand that's irrelevant, really, but we just can't get past that to create something economically so we can just grow as a family to, obtain power, let's say political power,
Yes, sir.
or anything like that. So that's one. And the next question is, what would you say to somebody who in a hood, the neighborhood, right, where they think no one is bigger than a hood, and you know, you have to be of the hood because you from the hood.
Right.
So
That first question with the family.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Before he say anything, it's just like the whole hood situation. Like niggas be claiming they block, they street. Bro, that shit is stupid, bro. It's dumb. Cause at the end of the day, you don't own that street. You don't own your block. What has that done for you? What has that done for you? And you beefing with other people because they from a different side. But y'all the same. Y'all the same, bro. Y'all struggling the same. Y'all got the same white people against y'all. It's like, what's the point, bro? Like, that shit just stupid. We just gotta get past all that street shit and just look at it as you black, I'm black. We facing the same problems in America. It don't matter if you got a little bit more money, you more well off. We still at the bottom of the totem pole, bro. And that's what niggas don't understand. They feel like, oh, they made it out the hood. They got a little bit of money. So, bro, that's you. The majority of us still out here struggling or fucked up.
That's a good question, and it's tough because family is the source of everybody's trauma.
right.
Any issue we have, addiction, smoking, suicide, low self-esteem, it started in that family. It's going to be difficult to organize your family without first addressing those traumas.
Right.
If you got unacknowledged sex abuse in that family, you got unacknowledged emotional abuse, you got unacknowledged adultery, you got unacknowledged betrayal, unacknowledged theft, unacknowledged sabotage. Ain't nobody organized. It's gonna be a fight popping off every 5 minutes, an argument, right?
Right.
Same thing with the larger community. Same thing, right? We just going to the microcosm. So for me, if I'm trying to organize my family, I'm only gonna go to 4 or 5 people who I know I can trust. And we're gonna get organized first, come up with the blueprint, and then the relatives that they're most closest with, they're gonna pull in one by one. The worst thing you can do with your family, the worst thing we can do with black people is invite everybody to the table at the same time. That's a recipe for disaster. Get the ones who wanna win and get the ones who ain't necessarily concerned later.
Right.
Problem we make in black America with our families and with our communities, we assume everybody has the same level of commitment to our struggle. And we know that ain't the truth.
And everybody not committed, bro. Everybody could, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's some black people that couldn't give a fuck if black people get killed by the police. That couldn't give a fuck if black people can get good jobs or if black people are going to jail at a higher rate. Like I said earlier, they got their money. They moved out the hood. They good, bro. They can care less. Stay away from them type of people, bro. They dangerous. And stay away from people that feel like they're not obligated to help the community, bro. If a black person tell you, fuck that nigga, I don't owe nobody nothing, stay away from them, bro. Stay away from them. What if Harriet Tubman said, I'm gonna get my family out of slavery and fuck everybody else? What if Martin Luther King said, I'm good, I ain't gotta worry about all them? Where would we be at? Just think about it, bro. We owe it to our ancestors who came before us, bro. We do. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You owe it to the people who died before you to help somebody else, bro. Just facts. That's just what it is.
Why you starting with people who got little concern? Get the ones who got big concern. I'd rather have 3 people who I know are ride or die than
Right.
3,000 who I know I can't trust.
Right.
With your second question, which is another good question, which I think is something that we ain't dealt with enough. And that is this tendency for black people, black men in particular, to elevate their loyalty to the hood above their loyalty to black folks. You see this in the hip hop community,
True.
where you see hip hop artists basically saying, without saying it, because they didn't want to go too far, I'm loyal to hip hop. I ain't loyal to black people. You almost feel it. You almost feel it,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah, we might kill and talk about shooting and sexing the women, but that's what hip hop is. Okay, but it's negatively impacting the community. And they almost want to say, I don't give a shit.
care. Yeah.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's facts.
So my thing is this. If the black community
facts.
cannot rehabilitate and re-anchor hip hop culture back into the community that birthed it, we're gonna have to destroy
And
it.
it's funny you say that because right here at the studio, Activated Studios, I have those same conversations with different artists. And like I said, a lot of them come from New York, just all over, and come here to make their music. And I say, well, you say this, but it affect.
Yes.
They be like, man, I don't give a. They
Yes.
tell me it's off
It's
camera.
almost like,
And they
you know what it's
laugh
almost
about it.
like? You know how we got the black bourgeoisie? They consider themselves above. They don't have to answer to nobody else.
Right,
They
right.
don't care how what they do affects the rest of us. The hip hop community is almost a black bourgeoisie of its own.
Right.
We don't see it as
crazy.
that because they act like they from the hood. But think about it. They're not from the hood no more. They don't live there.
True.
You understand?
Right,
They don't
true,
party
true.
there.
Right.
They damn sure don't spend their money there.
Right.
So if you look at it, the hip hop community is really the new bourgeoisie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Think about it. They live in white neighborhoods. They all of them send their kids to white schools.
Right.
They only act like they still from the hood to stay relevant to sell their music. Outside of that, they live in white lives.
Kind of like Travis Scott, for
That's
example.
They live in white lives.
Like, that's a great point.
You still selling death and destruction to my kids while your kids going to $30,000 a year privileged white schools. That's what you call.
That's a bar. That's a bar. Jeezy told us trap or die. He told his son go to college. Pay attention, bro. These rappers feeding death and destruction into the youth. And nobody holding them accountable. Nobody's holding these rappers accountable, bro. And don't give me we got good music. Is rappers who not talking about gangster shit, not talking about killing, you know what I'm saying, each other. Call them out. Call them out. Why them rappers not calling out the gangster rappers? I'll wait. Because nobody go turn down no money, bro. That shit's selling. And the white people own all these labels. Black folks ain't getting no money for real. They getting money. But bro, you gotta think about it. Hip hop and rap, bro. That's the biggest music genre right now, bro. Making billions of dollars. Sony, Def Jam, all these big record labels. White people own them, bro. Black people don't own shit. But it's destroying our community.
Traitor. The hip hop community has betrayed Black America. So why does it still exist? Because of the money. Black people worship money and materialism. And since the hip hop artists can provide it, hip hop ain't gonna go nowhere. We claim to be Christian. No, we not. We are idol worshipers. And the idol is money and merchandise. Most black Christians are not Christians. Most black Muslims are not Muslims. Most black Hebrews, Seventh-day Adventists, evangelists, Episcopalians, most African spiritualists, no, they not. They are idol worshipers. Look at how they live. I don't care what they profess. Look at how we live. Are we really worshiping God or are we worshiping money?
He preaching.
Dr. Umar, I got a challenge. I got a challenge.
Introduce yourself to the audience one more time.
It's Mouse Jones. I'm back. I just want to challenge some or just get a bit clarity for my
Sure.
own. When you say that hip hop isn't of the hood anymore, or hip hop has become this thing, are we talking about the culture of hip hop, or are we talking about the industry of hip hop?
I'm talking about both, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
I don't like when we have conversations about the degenerative side of hip hop and members of the hip hop community, which we all are, will try to scapegoat the degeneracy as gangster rap
Yeah.
and say that the culture of hip hop is something different.
Right.
That may be true. But you know what the problem is?
What?
If that is true,
Yeah.
why don't those who claim to identify with the progressive side of hip hop do not hold accountable those who engage in the degenerative form of hip hop?
How do you?
In other
hold-
words,
Go ahead.
take the BET Awards. And of course, BET owned by white folks. We understand, right? But guess what?
White folks.
The positive and the negative are on showcase there. There's no delineation made. On all the hip hop platforms, the positive and the negative are on display. There's no delineation there. So if we want to make a delineation between what is hip hop and what is not, we got to do it more than in a conversation with Dr. Umar. Because the question I would ask people is Jay-Z hip hop?
Yes.
Most people say he is. Well, look at the content of his music. Isn't that degenerate? Is Notorious B.I.G. hip hop? Look at the content of his music.
Okay, so
Is that,
so
stay
this
with
is
me,
why
stay with
I'm
me,
with you. I'm
stay
with you.
me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we can't call a kettle black on Monday and red on Tuesday. Either it's hip hop or it's not. And before you respond, let me give you an analysis to make it a little bit more clear. Let's take the African American Muslim community
Yes, sir.
and Christian community, right? There's brothers who go to the masjid for Juma
Yeah.
on Friday.
In the outside wilding.
And they
Friday,
outside
Saturday.
wilding.
Yeah.
And when you go to the imam and say, that dude right there just took a life the other day, you let him for Friday prayer, you know what he gonna say? Then he's not living Islam. But if he's not living Islam, why the hell he in your masjid? Do you see what I'm saying? You're looking for a way not to have to engage the negative elements because you ain't got the courage to step to them and shut that shit down. And that's what's happening in hip hop. The conscious artists and those who claim that the gangster rap ain't really hip hop, why you ain't saying that to the gangster rappers? Why you ain't going to the BET Awards and saying no more nominations for negative content? If you disrespecting women, if you promoting violence, if you promoting irresponsibility, guess what? No more nominations for you. If that ain't hip hop, why that ain't been done yet? Show me the accountability.
Bruh. He cooking, bruh. He cooking. It ain't nothing he said that was wrong, bruh. We don't hold the artists accountable, bro. We do not, bruh. We just don't. And I hate that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck them niggas, bro. That's why I respect niggas like Dr. Umar. I respect Charleston White. Because they're gonna come out and say, this is not right. This is hurting the community, bro. And I agree. And I agree. And I don't see how you cannot agree. Because it's in your face, bro. It's all in your face, bro. It's all in your face.
I think the accountability happens on a multiple on multiple levels, but I don't think hip hop holds itself accountable.
Thank you.
I agree with
Thank
that.
you.
I
That's
agree with
where
that
I'm at.
1000%.
Yes, sir.
I have a video where I discuss hip hop being in desperate need of a Me Too movement.
Yes.
I talk about this.
Yes.
You know, we've come across each other and
Yes, sir.
stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know, through Unc, through Charlotte.
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, I'm always saying that. I think my problem is that when we sit as black people or members of black people as members of the hip hop community, we can't allow outsiders. We can't allow people, and sometimes it's black people that are outsiders too.
Okay.
Not every black person is a participant or lives the hip hop culture. You may be a black person, but the hip hop culture you may not subscribe to.
Okay.
Right. So just because you're black, I don't look at you for that. Right. I need to know that you partake in the hip hop culture, that you subscribe to the hip hop culture, to have such not talking about you
I got
in general.
you.
I'm saying
I got you.
when we're looking at that. Basically, so to say that, I say the degeneracy, saying that is a part of hip hop, I don't know if it is. I know it's a crime. I know that it is a byproduct of most times it's a byproduct of poor of being poor and growing up in poor, underprivileged communities. Like you said, you're a political scientist. I know you've seen it. All the studies show that it's not a black crime problem. That crime is is when opportunity meets underserved communities. That's why when they talk about crime in black neighborhoods, why? Because that's where the most poor people are, right? Crime happens where there are poor people, where there are not opportunities, where opportunities are far and few between, right? So
That's not rain.
is it? Yeah, that is.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah. So that's what I would say. I don't know that the degeneracy is a part of hip hop as much as it is a crime, but I wouldn't hold anybody in hip hop so accountable for talking about a life they lived or a life they grew up witnessing more than I would hold a journalist responsible for covering what's going on in Palestine or what's going on in war-torn countries.
With you on his grounds. A journalist is trained to report the news as it occurred without passion or prejudice. Our hip hop artists do not report their experience without passion or prejudice. They report it with both passion and prejudice, and they glamorize and glorify it. To tell me that this is all I can rap about because this is all I've seen, when you living in $1 million mansion and your kids go to a white school, that's a complete hypocrite.
I agree, but
you
I would
understand?
ask who still does that.
Who still does that?
Like perfect example. You brought up
Who are the
Jay.
top 10 hip hop artists currently rapping right now? What is the content of their music?
I would.
Top 10 artists right now. What y'all think? I'm gonna go. This just off sales. This is my opinion. I feel like the top 10 artists. You got Drake. I say Travis Scott. He top 10. Just off sales. Just off sales. Drake, Travis Scott. You got Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty. You got Lil Durk, 21 Savage. You got Young Thug, Future. Who else? That's just like the most mainstream. Like, what you gotta think about it. Durk, 21 Savage. Talking gangster shit. Future. He talking heavy drug use. Like, and then you got think about all the underground artists that's not on the top of the sales who people listen to like crazy, bro. Like, I'm talking about like crazy. Most rappers promote violence and drug use, bro. I can't see nowhere around. And Kendrick and J. Cole, they top 10. But they don't really talk gangster shit like that. Well, J. Cole don't. They don't really talk gangster shit like that. But I'm saying most of the rappers, bro, today, they're promoting violence against other black people. They're promoting heavy drug use, and they're degrading women. They're degrading women. That's just bottom line, and it sells. So it's like, I feel like what Dr. Umar saying, it's not a stretch at all. Cause that's what music is nowadays, bruh. You can't tell me this not, bro.
That most of them are not rap today. Or are you talking about all time?
Right now.
Yeah, I would challenge that all 10 of them are probably not talking about anything hood because that's not the most prevalent music right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Who?
Yes, it is. What is he talking about? Yes, it is. That is the most prevalent music right now, bro. Gangster shit. That's what niggas want to hear. What is he talking about? He just, bro, he just want to win the argument, bro. I hate niggas like that, bro.
Travis
All right,
Scott.
so we're talking about trap. I got this. You got Travis Scott.
What's
He
his
ain't-
content?
We don't know what he's saying, but he's not talking about hood shit. He might be at most talking about like illicit drug use, but that's what he does.
But that's part of it.
He's in the top 10 though.
He said top 10. What gangster rappers are top 10?
Top 10 street rappers.
No, but
That's not what he said.
overall.
He
He
didn't
said-
ask
You
him
gotta
for that
deal-
caveat.
Deal with both.
He said
let's
both.
deal with the top 10.
And so if there's top 10, that's
First
the
off-
top
first
10. Those
off,
are the people that are
that's the
on.
biggest,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are the
The
biggest
biggest
artists, and those are the people that are selling to
Who?
the mass audience. I would
Travis
say
Scott?
Travis Scott. He ain't rapping about that. Maybe Kendrick, but he has balance. Drake. We all know when he talks that gangster shit, he's cosplaying, but
Yeah, but he talked the gangster shit.
he does.
Drake
He
talks
has
the
some. He
gangster
has
shit.
some of that.
Who else?
Who would be up there? Then
Future?
Future.
Future talked the gangster shit.
Future talks the gangster shit. Who then
21 Savage talks the gangster
I
shit.
wouldn't.
Picture this. You're sitting at home alone watching YouTube videos, wondering why you can't find the motivation to do the things
I wouldn't say he's top 10.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I
I'll
would
tell you
consider
what,
him
he's
top 10.
Right now he's top 10 for sure.
Okay, boom. He's talking that gangster shit.
J. Cole,
He's not talking that gangster shit at all.
Right, I'll give Jay a pass.
Lil Uzi, no.
No, let's talk the most popular. Like, we're talking Boss Man D-Lo, Sexy Red.
I don't think most of the country knows who
No,
Boss Man D-Lo
he's
is.
not there yet.
Here's
Sexy Red.
But-
I don't think most.
But you know what?
Go ahead,
Here's
go ahead, go
my
ahead.
rebuttal, and
Yes,
this
sir.
is why I disagree. You can't pick and choose what you want to consider and not consider hip hop when it's all done under that umbrella and nothing publicly is being done to differentiate.
I think the umbrella is blackness,
same thing
not
with the Muslims.
not hip hop.
He in my mosque praying.
Mm-hmm.
He on the street killing. But when you come to me and ask me to hold him accountable, oh, he's not a good Muslim. But he's in your mosque though. So you saying that ain't really hip hop, but they all at the BET Awards though. They all at the concerts. They all at the
Which
at
is
the big
which is there to
events.
celebrate the work, not
You
the
see
human.
what you're doing? But you see what you're doing?
I'm just talking about I'm talking about the atmosphere.
Yeah, but
the
you're picking and choosing,
award,
bro.
the-
When is hip hop going to put some structure to the shit? Let me give you an example.
We're in
Let me give you an
agreement.
example.
Yeah.
Just like on the CDs, you know how they used to put parental advisory explicit lyrics?
Yes,
There needs to be
they
a
still do
stamp
that.
Said, right, but there needs to be a stamp that says this is not hip hop. You see what I'm saying? And let me tell you why hip hop doesn't hold gangster rap accountable. Because they the ones making the damn money. And nobody want to get cut out of being particularly included in on that. Why nobody rebuked the NWA? Because look what they were selling. Nobody never stepped to Big or Jay or any of the artists who was into the gangster shit. Because they sell. Nobody want to be on the wrong side of making money. Money came first. It's the same reason why hip hop was sold out to the white industry.
Immediately.
Because everybody cared about the money.
Right.
When we was selling hip hop out of our trunk and everybody was having fun, that's where it should have stayed. But niggas got thirsty for being rich and famous. And they sold it out like every other part of our culture got sold out. Music, dance, jazz. Hip hop ain't the only thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just showing you.
It's just the most vocal
Yes.
and easy. The only challenge I have.
Y'all can't be picking and choosing.
When
That
you
is
say
so
big-
disingenuous because y'all don't make no distinctions nowhere else.
When you say Big died at 24. We don't know where he would have.
I agree,
went.
but you still got to take at the material. I'm a big fan. I'm
Yeah,
not
no, I know
throwing
that.
Big out. I'm just saying,
But
our
specific-
greatest artist. There you go.
We specifically
There
when we
you
talk
go.
about Jay.
Our
Jay's
greatest
not rapping
artist-
about. He's not rapping about being losing 92 bricks no more. He's rapping about art and wishing he
Well,
would have made
he's
better
on his way to
choices.
Bro, when the last time Jay-Z put out an album, bro? When the last time Jay-Z put out an album? I'm finna look it up. JG last album was 444. 2017, bro. Why are you talking about Jay-Z, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
now. But
I'm
his
just saying
first
that-
four albums was about what?
But that was his access. That's where he was. If we're going to give them the room to grow,
But here we go. We're going back to the journalist argument. They're not reporting what they went through neutrally like a journalist.
They're glorifying.
They are celebrating and glorifying it. You understand? Look at all the rap beefs. They glorify and glamorize because conflict sells.
you benefit from your experience. And I'm talking about you. You benefit from your experience, everything you've studied, everything you researched.
Yeah, but I'm from the ghetto too.
I'm not.
I could do
we're
what
not.
they did.
Yeah,
I
we're
never
not.
gangbanged
No,
them,
no.
but I could talk about what I've seen.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not even challenging that. I'm just saying you sit here today, Harold. We're all excited and we're all appreciative and cherish the
So
moment we
you're
have
saying
with
they
you.
had to glamorize it.
I'm not saying they had a glamor. I'm saying they made
Because
they
Public
made
Enemy was
something
from the hood, but Public Enemy chose to flip it.
right. But that's
And when
what
I
Chuck
look at
D
it, Big
decided
Daddy
to
Kane
do.
or Rakim, they was into the gangster shit, but they also had that other side of consciousness with them. I could deal with that because it was a balanced hip hop. The Big Daddy Kane, the KRS, it was a balanced hip hop. It's full tilt now.
I don't
It's
know if that
full
I don't
tilt.
know if that's true based on just the level of music that everyone has access to. Right? If you have access to this much music.
Defend it? I'm gonna give you the same argument I gave them about Drake not coming out telling everybody he black. Why defend it? And why not just make them accountable?
I think because like I said earlier, I think the conversation is deeper and we're going to need someone like you and other like-minded people that are going to be able to have that conversation outside of the white gays.
I hear what you're saying.
Where because this is layered, right? The same issues we talk about just within the black community and how the mental struggles and the PTSD that you talk about, all of that, it's all prevalent
But
in
I don't
hip-hop.
think it's ever going to happen. You want to know why?
Oh, I agree with you.
Because the Jewish
I agree.
the
And
Jewish companies
they got them-
control the financial
So it'll never happen. But
blueprint of hip hop.
I'm with you.
Nobody wants to be on the other side of not making money. And because of that, everybody's going to turn a blind eye.
which means the grace needs
to
to
the
come. Which
degeneracy.
means the grace needs to come within. But like I said, it is one of the. It's almost a byproduct of being black and being in support
you
of
don't have
other
to go-
black
listen,
people. No, I'm not saying that.
The job of an artist is not just to describe. It is to project. An artist, even an artist that's doing art to show you the ghetto, they are still supposed to project it in such a way that shows people how this ghetto can be transformed into something it's currently not. Hip hop artists don't do that. They don't say this is what we're living, but this is what we should be doing.
We're also
this
talking
is
about-
what we're going through, but let's take
We're
it
also
here.
talking
You
about-
only
we're
get a
also talk-
handful who do that.
We're also
They're
ta-
not progressive.
We're also talking about 9 times out of 10. We're also talking about kids. We're talking about young people who come straight from poverty into millions. There's that middle ground doesn't happen.
This podcast is brought to you by Narai Cellars Wine, one of the only black-owned wines in Canada.
And 40 still talking gangster shit.
Well, I mean,
Not really.
Who?
Where y'all li-
We're talking
What
about
I'm saying,
successful.
bro, Future old as fuck. Bro, how old Future is? Future 40. He definitely 40. And look what he be talking about. Bro, Future is 40 years old, bro. This nigga, Future is 40. 40. And look at the album he just put out. Come on, bro. He not lying.
Yeah,
We're talking about successful people.
Are they
Future,
talking about building institutions and saving kids? No.
that if that's not what they're
I
experiencing,
don't care how old they are. Why aren't the OGs checking them then?
But bro, this nigga keep talking about their experience. How long is you gonna talk about that shit, bro? Like, bro, how long can you talk about that shit until it gets to like, all right, now you just glorifying bullshit? How many albums has Future put out? Bro, he's 40 years old, still making the same type of music he did when he came out. What, 15 years ago, 10 years ago? Like, bro, you can't like defend that shit. You just can't. How are you defending that shit right now?
because they want to be, and that's the problem. That is
They
the
want
problem.
a piece of the money.
Right there, we just found the
What
problem.
did I just say? We are idol worshipers.
But we can't hold the kids accountable if no
I'm
one's
holding
guiding
the
them.
entire culture accountable for letting it go on.
Yes, we would have to
You
hold
see what I'm saying?
But that doesn't mean allowing the painting of the degeneracy to then say this represents hip hop. Because if that's
Is
because
not
then
hip hop primarily represented by gangster rap?
no.
Yes, it
No,
is.
I would
Yes, it
disagree.
is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
I would
Who's your
disagree.
top 10 rappers of all time?
My
Give me your top
my
five.
personal
Yours.
top my personal top 5. It goes Jay-Z, it goes Rakim, it goes Andre 3000, Big, Kendrick.
Okay. 2 of those gangster, 2 of them not, and then one is kind of in the middle. You're still at 50% gangsterism. Is that acceptable?
Is it acceptable? Who's the gangster?
Jay-Z was gangster shit.
But we've also seen him progress
You
out
said
of it.
Big.
You don't get to
Does it matter?
progress. You don't get to
Can I ask you a
progress.
question? Can I ask you a question?
Of
If
course.
I sold dope for 30 years,
Yeah.
and I gave it up and now I'm raising my kids,
Yeah.
am I off the hook for creating a whole generation of drug addicts?
What have you done to amend for it?
What has he done to amend for it?
He's open. He's
Exactly.
openly giving money to
Exactly.
underfunded communities.
Stop. How many schools has he built?
None.
Stop. How many hospitals has he built?
None.
Stop. How many banks has he built?
None.
How many supermarkets has he built?
None.
I don't care about nothing else you got to say. Relevant institutions,
In
bro. Don't
that
give me no
case-
handouts.
in
Don't give me
that-
no charity.
In that case, are you any less useful or
Absolutely, because I got two
impactful to
schools
the
and one about to open. You damn right.
But if no
Relevant
one can benefit from the schools, what's the difference? As of right now, in this moment, if no one can benefit from said
It's a
school,
big
then
difference
how is it
because
different
even though
from
the children can't go to the school right now, you're talking to a man who saved more black children from the school to prison pipeline than any black man ever walk in this country. So I'm still relevant. How
And
many he
you-
saved from the school to prison pipeline?
everyone he's employed?
How many people he employed? I bet you I saved more
From
than
Rock
him.
from Rock
How
Nation
many of
to
them?
Rockefeller.
But my point is, to whom much is given, much is received. I'm not a billionaire. He's a billionaire. You understand? So, to your point, you can't compare him to me because I'm not a billionaire.
Exactly, bro. I be saying this shit all the time, bro. I be saying this shit all the time, bro. I be telling my homeboys, I be like, bro, these rich black folks, they need to do something, bro. Build, bro. You can't build an after school center in the city for people who don't have family to go home to after school, or they mama might work at night. Like, bro, build something for these kids, bro, so they can be out the streets. Build some places that they can go. But if I say shit like that, I'm pocket watching. It ain't their job. Yes, it is their job, bro. It's their job. Just like he just said, to whom much is given, much is required, bro. We have that obligation. But white people made us feel like we don't owe ourselves nothing, bro. But you do.
A billionaire gave out some charity, that's not enough. Billionaires should be building institutions, not giving out charity. And I like Jay, so this is not about Jay. We could talk about Tyler Perry, we could talk about Puff, we could talk about Serena, we could talk about Rihanna, we could talk about Tiger Woods, Bob Johnson, we could talk about any billionaire. We're just using Jay as the example. My point is, if you're a billionaire and you ain't built no institutions for black people, what are you really doing?
That I'll give you. That I'll give you. But I cannot.
And we can go bigger than that. We just sort of celebrated 50
Years
years
of hip-hop.
of hip-hop. What has been the sum benefit to black people of 50 years of hip-hop?
Outside of economic advancement,
What was the economic advancement of black America because of
it's, our
hip-hop?
it's their biggest export. Everybody.
Vistaprint prints everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, totes, and hoodies.
Nothing. I'm gonna tell y'all nothing. That's the
in the black
answer.
community.
I'm gonna ask you again.
Yes, sir.
How did black America benefit from 50 years of hip-hop? And don't give me individual rappers. That's called tokenism and bourgeoisie.
I won't give you tokenism. I
How
will
have
give
we
you
benefited as a people from hip-hop?
advancements in fashion.
How? Fashion? That's
No,
nothing.
you if
Advancement in fashion,
nah, I
that
can't
ain't
let you have that.
fashion.
That one I
Fashion?
can't let you
We
have
don't
that.
control fashion. What are you
Anyone
talking
that's
about?
able to make money, any black person that's able to make a living in an industry,
Bro, how many is that? The labels that our
It's
people
way
wear
more
is
now.
white people labels.
It's way more now
What are
than
you-
what was going on.
like, but that's not a real benefit.
I would disagree.
How we been?
I
How
would
is Black
disagree.
America benefiting from fashion? What are we talking
Any
about?
advancement in fashion
How
for black
do we benefit
people.
from fashion, bro?
But those same companies just came out. What was the company that came out and they're boosting up their prices for bags by like thousands of dollars? That's not-
LVMH.
Yeah, that's not beneficial to black people.
Yeah. What?
So
You're missing what I'm saying. If hip hop, when hip hop comes, hip hop is an entire culture. Our fashion, the way we walk, the way
How
we talk.
is that a benefit to Black America?
Because now people who didn't have access to jobs in the fashion, black people specifically, who didn't have access to jobs before the explosion of hip hop, 50 years
these
ago.
white companies that make billions of dollars.
Forget
off
the white
of our-
companies. I'm talking about black-owned companies
like
that have
who? How many?
Fubu, Carl Kanai.
I'm getting out of here.
What?
Who the fuck wearing Fubu and Carl Kanai in 2024?
You said in
Come on, man.
you're moving.
Come on.
You're moving the goal.
That's bullshit.
You're moving the goalpost.
Who
You're,
wearing that?
you're moving the goalpost.
Come on,
You
man.
said in 50 years.
Oh, come on.
You said in 50 years.
You reaching, bro. You reaching.
That's not true though. People
That is a reach. What?
You said in 50 years.
50 years.
What has
You said 50
transpired?
years.
This ninja went back to the late 80s.
No.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Niggas don't give a fuck about Fubu or Carl Kanai. I don't even know who the fuck Carl Kanai is, fool. No cap. I know Fubu, but who the fuck is Carl Kanai? Fuck out of here, bro. Niggas trying to, bro.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
but,
is.
But it's not as obvious. It's not where it was before. But the advancement that those four men.
Boom, boom, boom.
So 50 years, you had on a FUBU jacket and some Carl Kanaji.
No, listen.
And for the billions that hip hop make, I'm supposed to be content with that.
I didn't say be content. You asked a question. I offered you.
Horrible answer. Give me something. A horrible answer.
Who decides
horrible
war?
Answer.
Who decides war? Literally having a line come out with H&M right now, and a black person owns that line. A black man.
But he's saying you're bringing up individual people. That's tokenism.
I said the benefit. Thank you.
No,
the benefit to the community.
No.
There's always tokens. Barack Obama was president. Kamala Harris was vice president. Clarence Thomas is on the Supreme Court. Don't give me individuals. How did we win?
I gave you. How did we win? We're not gonna win. Hip hop is still looked at and regarded as a trash dump.
How can we not win, but we losing? That don't make no sense, bro. So you telling me in 50 years, you can't do nothing to win, but you can lose? Just shut up, bro. Like, this whole debate, you lost, bro. You lost.
Amongst white people in that music industry.
You're not
so no,
saying
if you're
that.
looking for me to say, oh, hip hop in 50 years has made sure that black people now are respected, and no, that's never gonna happen.
What has it done for the people?
It gave you listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
Nigga, I'm leaving.
We're moving. We're literally we're moving goalposts.
It ain't done shit in 50 years for the community.
It
made individuals rich, and that's it.
It then gave jobs to.
They gave a couple jobs. The drug dealer giving out a couple jobs too.
But the drug dealer is the drug dealer is the drug dealer is essential to the black community in the ghetto. You can't tell me that somebody grew up in the hood.
Hip hop ain't done shit concretely beneficial to the black community. You gave me
incorrect.
fashion. The first thing out of your mouth was fashion.
I gave you fashion, and you started yelling over me.
What else?
But then also, then there's technological advancement. Podcasting, for example. Look at all the black people that now have access to jobs and ways to make money due to that. We're still talking.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Most of the black people who doing podcasts, like that's really successful, they're either former rappers or they were formerly in the music business. Name me a famous podcaster who just regular, like a regular nigga who just grew up, but he loved music. He loved hip hop. And was like, I'm gonna start a podcast talking about hip hop. And it's successful. I don't know, bro. Like I said, these niggas thinking their minds too small. Dr. Umar, he's trying to say, what did hip hop systematically do to improve the lives of black people? It just hasn't. And it's okay. It just hasn't. Throw that shit in the trash. Like, what has gangster rap, hip hop, just the music that we listen to today, how has that improved the life of black people? It hasn't. Like, point blank period, bro. It has not. And that's okay. But you can't just, bro, he said fashion. Nigga, fucking clothes. That's materialism. We already have problems with that. Why do we need hip hop to be like, oh yeah, what you wearing is fashion. What you wearing? Who gives a fuck, bro? Niggas is dying. Niggas is going to jail. Niggas mamas on crack. Niggas don't give a fuck about no damn clothes. Like, be for real.
We're still talking about cinema. We're still talking about these camera operators, these new people coming up with new.
Let me make it real concrete for you.
I just made it concrete.
No, it wasn't. That was all bullshit.
No,
give
what
me
you're about to say.
Give me a relevant institution that hip hop built in any community, anywhere in America in 50 fucking years.
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
I told you. I just told you concrete. People that would not have access.
I didn't say individuals. I said an institution.
I said people.
Where's the bank of hip hop for the black community?
The definition of the word people means not an individual. So I'm telling you, people that are now of 50 years ago would not have had access to
You're
work
dealing in
these
individualism. I ask you, what did they do for the community? You can't give me nothing because they ain't done shit
people
for
from the community can now work in a music industry that there was never going to be a space for them.
What the fuck? That's individualism. That ain't helping us. That's bullshit.
No.
Bull fucking shit.
No.
It's not helping us.
No. What's happening is virtual signaling. That's what's happening.
Bullshit.
Virtual signaling
Ain't
happening.
done shit. A few people could get jobs. Everybody can say that shit. Elon Musk got a couple black people on the payroll. That don't mean shit.
Elon Musk didn't come from black. He's not a black person.
My point is, you can get a job from anywhere, whether they black or not.
But now
That's
you're
not
getting
a unique
job.
benefit.
Now black
but
people.
You're still talking about individualism, bro. A few people. You've been around for 50 years, the most popular music genre in the world, billions and billions of dollars, and all you can tell me about is a few people can get jobs? That's bullshit when you look at the costs that the black community has had to pay for hip hop. A whole generation, 2-3 generations of black kids growing up thinking the best thing you can do is be a damn gangster.
I don't.
Bar. But some of y'all niggas hate Dr. Umar. Bro, I fuck with him. Cause he talking that shit. The shit that the truth hurt, bro. The truth hurt, bro. Like he said, hip hop ain't did shit for niggas. But make a generation think you can't be nothing but a gangster, bro. No cap. If people think music, bro, you gotta think about it. You'll have people say, "Oh, well, I listen to gangster music all the time." I'm not a gangster, bro. You're one person. Look at the majority of young people. They're not. Everybody not strong minded, bro. They're not. You might be strong minded. Good for you. But what about your neighbor? What about the little boy down the street who ain't got no daddy at the house? Is he gonna be strong minded? You got both of your parents. Of course, you know that this music is not real. You have examples in your life. Everybody don't have that. Everybody don't have examples to follow a productive black men in society. They just don't, bro. And it's selfish that you think just because you do and you don't subscribe to the gangster lifestyle through the music that everybody else is like you. It doesn't work like that. And I wish that more black people would talk about this type of thing because it's truly hurting us, bro. It's truly hurting us. Like even within the past 5 years, I say 2019 to 2024, it's a big spike in the wannabe gangster because of the music. It's getting worse. In 10 more years, bro, I don't know where we'll be. I really don't. And it's sad. It's sad to say.
That part I can't give you.
Yeah,
Does hip hop need accountability? Absolutely. Does hip hop need a Me Too movement? Overall, do we need to have things in place that make sure we respect women and women are safe working in these spaces? Absolutely. But will I sit here and trash hip hop and say in 50 years, it's done nothing for the advancement of black people? I've given you multiple, you just won't accept them. I can't control what you accept.
Jobs are not institutions. Jobs are not institutions.
A job is within an
institution.
I give you Master P.
Hip hop itself. Hip hop itself is an institution.
That's run by white people. What the fuck you talking about? Jews own that shit. Fuck is you saying? That ain't no institution.
Jews can't own.
White people own that shit.
Jews can own the music business. They can't own hip hop.
Look at this shit.
They can't own hip hop.
Let's cut the blade a little thinner bullshit. They run it.
Listen.
They run it.
Listen.
They own the shit.
The Jews can sell the product. The Jews can own the money that goes out for advances. They can't own hip hop.
Go to law school. You would be a great attorney.
Who don't?
They tell you what to do and how to get there.
Who is telling you what to wear? Who is telling you what
stations? White.
Bruh, this nigga lost. This light skinned dude, bruh, he lost, bruh. Why you think black people can't put out music unless the label say so? All these artists put out, the label tell them what songs to put out. What are you talking about? The way they dress, the music videos, what they promote. The, this is it is strategically planned. Everything, everything is strategically planned, bro. It's not by accident. It's not by slip up. Everything is put in place to tear black people down. How do you not see it, bro? Since Martin Luther King assassination, 1968, all those years after, they were trying to diminish the role of black men and destroy. They want to destroy the image of the black man. Look at history. What are you talking about? The labels absolutely control what's put out.
Who own all the record labels? White people. Who?
We are in America, which is owned by majority white people. We are.
You should say that.
We are statistically only represented by 13%.
Because you do know there's Asians in America, and their number is lower than yours, and they own their own shit.
Right.
So don't give me the fact
but
that
they also weren't brought over here and changed.
It don't matter,
no,
bro.
It do.
We are $2 trillion people.
There's
Why
no
we
way.
can't have our own?
Dr. Umar.
Why hasn't
Dr.
hip-hop
Umar
done more independent?
There's no way you can continue to keep moving the goalposts like this. There's
Nobody's
no way we can.
moving the goalpost.
There's no
What
way
are you
we can.
talking about?
There's no way we can
You're
keep
not
talking
answering
about.
the question.
There's no way we can keep talking about PTSD the way you describe it, and then say, "Oh well, they can't." You have to acknowledge.
Let me tell you what the problem is. You know what the problem is?
Into this country.
You are one of those hip hoppers who would rather. This is what you. No, you're one of them. Y'all going to defend hip hop.
I'm defending
no
the people.
No matter how bad.
I'm defending the people.
No matter how negative its impact has been on our people, y'all going to defend it no matter what.
I'm going to defend
For
its people.
you, hip hop is more important than the black community
not
itself.
Not
sure
at all.
it is.
Not
Sure
at all.
it is. Sure
not
it
at all. Not at all.
Sure
I'm
so
one of the.
What are you going to do to make these? What are you going to do to make them accountable to the community?
You would make such a statement, not knowing the work that I've already put in hip hop. No, there ain't no other black heterosexual man standing up the way I'm standing up from the hood saying, yo, hip hop needs an overhaul. Hip hop needs a Me Too. Niggas need to be held accountable for the egregious crimes and ways they've held perpetuated against women.
Let me ask you a question. Hip hop has done more, in my opinion, than any other single institution or system to destroy the public image of black men in America over the past 40 years. I'm not even sure if American mainstream media has destroyed us more than the negative portrayal of black men in hip hop. Stay with me.
You just kicked an entire.
Stay
Go
with
ahead.
me.
Go ahead.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I'm not sure if American mainstream media has done more to objectify and sexualize the black woman more than our black men in the hip hop music, in the hip hop community. So you're talking about the public destruction of the black male image and the public destruction of the black female image. The only industry that may have done a worse job on our public image than hip hop has been the white man's mainstream media. Because of those two things, whatever bullshit benefit you want to give me that you think hip hop has given black America, those two detriments clearly outweigh any benefit you can name.
You said, and just so I know what I'm referring to, you said 40.
Of the black man's image.
I'm with you.
And
the public desecration of the black woman's image. All right.
Especially young black men and young black women.
And you specifically said past 40 years.
Yes, sir.
So then I would say 40 years ago. So let's go 41 years ago. What was the public image of the black man and black woman?
It wasn't positive at all.
So
but
how can we do?
However, here you go scapegoating again. You're good at it. But listen, you're very good at it. But guess what?
I'm no better at scapegoating than you are moving the goalposts.
In the 70s, I ain't moved nothing. In the 70s, we just came out of Dr. King's assassination.
Yeah.
Integration was full swing. Mm-hmm. The colleges was opening up, right?
Yeah.
So at that time, the image of black men still negative because the white man never going to portray as great. But guess what?
But what was that image?
It wasn't gangbangers.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
lazy.
gangbangers and drug
It
dealers.
was lazy opioid addicted,
Okay.
non-working men
And how
that
did it-
leave the
okay,
household.
I got you. And how did hip hop help it?
They said, "Well, I'll take control of my own image. I won't let
And
you
project
paint me.
myself as what?
Whatever I decide to.
No,
Whatever
no.
I
And
decide
what
to
was
paint
that?
me.
And
Whatever
what
I
was
decide
that?
to paint me.
And what was that?
What you're doing
Project
right now.
yourself as no. Finish.
I'm about to. What you're doing right now is a little bit of what white people do, and what that is saying that because a few people said, "Oh,
A few.
I'm
people.
a gangbanger."
A few
Oh,
people.
Well, yes.
A few rappers.
A few rappers.
Bruh. Bruh. It is more negative rappers than positive. Like, what the? Who is he listening to? Send me the names of the rappers you listen to, cause god damn, like, bruh, all you hear is gangster shit. What the fuck is he talking about? Be for real, man.
Because rappers.
Get the fuck out of here. Did he just say only a few?
How many
The
rappers
whole
are there?
fucking culture,
How
man.
many rappers
Be
are there?
honest if
How
you
many
would talk
rappers have
about
there
this
been?
shit.
How many
Be
famous?
honest,
How
man.
many
He
famous?
said a few.
Listen,
Fuck wrong
Doc, you know we could do this all day. I'm not gonna yell. I'm gonna wait for you to finish. Then I'm gonna re-ask my same
That you're
question.
Not being honest is insane. You said out of 40 years, a few rappers were gangster.
No. I'm saying you can say all rappers were gangsters. How many successful rappers were there? Were there more successful rappers than there are black men walking a regular, everyday civilian life?
Now he went to how many were successful. I don't get.
But you gotta think about it though, bro. It's the image. It's the image. It's the image, bro. If they're preaching gun violence, if they're preaching drug use, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because those few successful rappers influence the younger generation. They're their influence. It don't matter if they're successful or not. The successful ones push gun violence, push heavy drug use, push degrading women. They push those things. So if they're successful in pushing that, it goes into the younger generation. So they're killing our kids. What are you talking about, bro? It's the influence, bro. I say this shit all the time, bro. You have the platform, you have the voice. Use it for positivity. You might not have it when you going up, but when you get there, you owe it, bro. You owe it. Not to push destruction, bro. You owe it, bro. No cap.
Successful
Are we
according to
not
who?
talking about the
There's some of the areas where I'm seeing lines. My forehead lines. I got crow's feet right here. My frown line.
Because
public?
guess what?
Are we not talking
Guess
about the
what?
public image? No.
Guess what?
Are we not talking about the
Guess-
public
But
image?
You still ain't answer. You still ain't give them no institute. You
Thank you.
I said hip hop
Thank
is
you.
the institution.
Okay,
No,
fine,
that's
but now
that's owned by
give
white
me the-
people.
No,
It's owned
no.
by
The
white people.
music
All right,
business is owned by
all
white.
right.
I'm
So
still waiting.
to your institutions, big companies that are run by black men and women.
No, that hip hop. Let him answer.
What's this? What's the difference? What's this? All right, let's redefine
Okay.
institution. Let's do that right there.
Well, relevant. First of all, it's all black owned.
All black owned.
I'm not talking about the white man owning it and
Yes.
you in it, and that makes it black.
Okay.
No. Okay? They own McDonald's. You being in McDonald's don't make McDonald's black.
No.
Okay? Now, relevant institutions are schools, banks, hospitals, supermarkets, manufacturing, and distribution. In 50 years, has hip hop created any one of those anywhere in black America for black people?
Okay. So here's the
Yes
thing.
or no first?
Hold on. So
The answer is
Answer
no.
my
The
question.
answer is no.
Answer the
The answer is
fucking
no.
question.
Listen,
Hold
the
on,
answer,
no.
I'm going to tell you.
we-
The answer is no based on what he just asked you.
exactly.
Right?
But
that's him
So now
putting
we
you
know
in a
that. Now,
corner.
now let's
That's
move the
why he's
goalpost
doing
a
it to
little
you
bit.
and won't do it
Now
over
let's
here.
move the goalpost a little bit to help y'all out with your weak ass argument. So they definitely didn't do none of the 5 relevance. Now give me something else that circumstantially relevant.
I wasn't
Institution.
asking if it, all right. I want to first off
The
define
hip hop don't matter,
institution.
is what you're saying. Hold on. So Dr. Umar, you're saying
Oh,
hip hop don't
It
matter.
destroyed the whole image of black men and black women in 30 years. It matters a lot.
Hold on.
What other institution?
Institutions. So our companies,
guy, yo.
institutions, our media
You
companies.
don't want to hold the
I'm holding.
degeneracy.
Are media
Dr. Umar,
companies
me and you,
institutions?
hold on, bro.
Say
Hold,
that
I know it's
again.
your show. Hold
Are
on, bro.
media companies institutions?
Completely black owned? Yes, if they putting out positive media, I will consider that. Positive media. Who is
Positive
that?
media is black owned.
Okay.
That is a good institution.
I don't know. Who is it? You got to tell me who you're talking about first.
There's no one. He's putting you
Unfortunately-
into a corner. There's no one.
Did he own the revolt?
And that wasn't, according to him,
But-
that's not positive because it
But it's not-
celebrated.
it's not positive.
It celebrated hip hop and it's natural, so it's not positive.
So it's not positive.
So that's what I'm telling you. He's putting,
So that's negative.
and it was bad. And he also walked you. You walked yourself in that corner because then you said Diddy. So that was crazy. And I wouldn't. I've never mentioned. I would have
No.
never said that at all.
No.
Does the community access revolt?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Actually,
The
so much.
community can watch revolt. I didn't say can they consume revolt. I said can they access revolt.
When you
Is
say-
that a community institution?
When you
or
say-
is that an institution of certain privileged black people in the entertainment space?
What
That's
did I
not,
mean? So
the
what do you-
community don't benefit from revolt. Fuck is he talking
Be
about?
more specific about the institutions once again.
No, because
Yes.
I was talking about, because here's the thing.
Institutions that benefit the community.
So here's the
Revolt is not a community institution. It's a private corporation that is access and benefits the black people who are fortunate enough to be.
If you think
participants
if you think it's not important, I know you don't. I know you don't. So I'm not
I
even
said
disrespecting you by
irrelevant.
saying that. If you think it's irrelevant that black people in underserved communities today can turn on the TV and see people that look like them, that come from where they come from, on TV and
What
doing
the
things.
fuck? That's the same
I know, it
argument
don't
they
matter.
gave
I know.
us when Barack Obama became president. Remember that?
No,
They
not
said
everybody can be a
black
president.
kids can see a black man with a black wife
No, it's-
in the White House.
it's completely
And you know
different.
what I said? I said, if that's the case, if Obama was such a good physical symbol for
representation.
black kids, why did high school dropout go up during Obama's residency? Black on black murder went up on.
Well, there's no such thing as
Not
black
a
on black murder.
single
You see what I'm
positive-
saying?
Not a single positive statistic improved the outcomes
You
for
can't
black
play.
males
See,
during Barack
to
Obama.
win the argument, you can't play both sides. And I just seen. I
only play one side,
No.
and it's the
Hold
black
on.
side.
No. We talk about black. We talk about Pan Africanism, but then you can't use white people virtue signals either. You can't
What are
talk
you talking about?
black on black violence goes
What are you
up.
talking
when
about?
black on black violence is not
No,
even a real
no,
crime
no.
stat.
I take
That's
your
not
argument.
that's not even a
You're
real
wrong.
crime
You're
stat.
completely wrong.
You just said
You're
it.
completely wrong.
I didn't
You're
hear it.
completely wrong. I gave you an example of the bullshit example you was about to make. You just
I
said
didn't make any-
you
Go ahead.
listen.
Go ahead.
You said they can see artists who look like them on TV
I said
talking
people,
about
but
drugs
yes.
and guns
That's
and
not
fat
what- that's
asses.
not what I said. You added that. You added that. I didn't say
you
that.
just said it was a good idea.
That's not what I
because
said.
black boys can see black men on
That's not-
TV with their pants sagging and their Timbs.
Once again-
talking about fat
Once
asses,
again-
blunts,
once
going
again-
to jail.
once again, you
and
playing
killing
vir- you
each
playing
other.
virtual
And
signal
so I
games.
said,
You
no,
playing
that's what
virtual
you said.
signal games.
Did
I didn't
you not
say
say
that.
artists on TV?
No, I said.
Did you not say
no,
artists on-
I did not.
Yes,
No.
you did.
You can run the tape back. I said
You
if you don't
just
think
said
it's a
they
good
can see
idea.
them on TV.
I said if you don't think it's a good idea that black kids in underserved communities can look on TV
That's what I
and
just
media.
said.
I didn't know because you didn't let me finish and see black people. I didn't say artists. I didn't break it down to any specificity. I said can look on there and
But
see
we talking
black
about hip-hop,
people.
right?
In hip hop
Aren't
being
we
a
talking
culture,
about
I'm
hip-hop?
talking about hip hop, not rap. Rap is a specific form of
see the
hip hop.
games we play.
That's the game.
See the games we play.
You guys are both moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving shit.
What
I ain't moving
let me say it
nothing.
like this. Let me say it like this. So it's
He said rap, not hip hop.
How is rap not hip hop? Let me know in the comments. Do you consider rap to be hip hop? I think it's all the same shit. It's like, what is hip hop if it's not rap? So put on the albums, this is hip hop. And on the rap albums, put this is not hip hop. Because it's the same shit. It's hip hop / rap. That's what it say on Apple Music. It say hip hop / rap. I don't know the difference. Can he explain?
Let me
Give me
say
the difference, please. Give me the difference.
hip hop is the overall culture which covers the 5 elements of hip hop, right?
I'm familiar.
Okay, so we know that,
So
right?
what's the-
so now we know. So when I say they can look on there and see black
Okay,
people,
is rap a part of hip hop?
yes.
Okay.
But that will not be the only thing they see on TV to this day, and that is due in part to hip hop. Why? Because when
Which of
you
the
guys,
5 elements
are you going to
dominates
let me
hip-hop?
finish?
Which of the 5
Dr.
elements
Umar?
dominate hip hop? Is not rap the most popular
when
element?
Let him finish, let him finish.
when hip hop broke, everybody talks about 1986 being the golden year, because you get Rakim and you get everybody and you get this new form of storytelling rap from 1986 on. When we get to the 90s, when now hip hop is more than just the music and the rap music. Now you're looking on TV. You see black people from the hip hop culture on TV. Actors, you start seeing the VJ start to represent. You start seeing the media space start to represent what you're seeing in there. That is all a part of hip hop. When you're looking when you're looking at that black explosion of movies that's happening in theaters in the 90s, that is all due in part to hip hop's explosion. So no, not just the rappers. So no, not just the rappers. Again, no, not
We are
just
living
the
in
rappers.
a world being dominated by mass incarceration, miseducation, gentrification, police extermination, and economic marginalization. And you ain't told me shit yet
that hip hop doing it
has
because it
done
can't.
in 50 years.
It can't.
Bullshit.
That's your job.
Bullshit.
That is your job.
Oh,
You can't
so y'all
put
can
that
just
on
keep
hip hop.
talking bullshit.
You can't put
and
that on
making
hip
all
hop.
this money.
No,
and not using
no.
none of you nigga who want to defend that shit. Fuck out of here, man. Bullshit. Our kids out here dying. Fucking rappers don't do nothing for us. Where the fucking schools at, man? They ain't built one fucking school.
Name me one school that protected somebody from dying.
Well, Kanye
Name
did.
me a bulletproof school.
Where they schools
I
at?
just want to know where a bulletproof school
Where
is.
half the black boys is dropping
Name
out?
me one.
Where the schools at?
What?
Bro, he's so dense, bro. He's so dense. He's talking about name me a bulletproof school. Name me a school that stops somebody from dying. Bro, it's psychological, bro. Until we can change the way that niggas like that think, which is probably the average black person. Until we can change the way that black people think, bro, you can't change nothing, bro. It's gonna be the same cycle over and over and over again. And it's gonna get worse.
Black schools. How many black schools in America? That's fine. How many black schools in America? I'm asking you a question.
How many schools did the rappers
How many black
Dr.
schools?
Umar is standing up.
Dr. Umar, how many black
How
schools?
many schools did the
Dr.
rappers
Umar, how many black
build?
schools are in
How
America?
many schools have rappers built?
Zero.
No.
Zero.
Kanye built one.
You
Kanye
keep
built
trying to
one.
fuck it up. Where? How many? I'm just really asking.
Let me make some shit up.
How many black schools are in America today? I know you know. I know you know, because it's a direct answer to your question. How many black? Okay, I will take it. All right, I don't need it. Let's take it out the way. Let's take it out the way. Let's take it out the way.
Listen, you don't plan on holding hip hop accountable for none of the problems it has introduced in the black community.
You keep saying that, and that's a lie.
You're gonna make an excuse whenever
that's
we
a
talk
lie.
About the role gangster rap has played.
We can talk about the role. We can talk about the role, but let's not make the role bigger than what it is.
It is big.
It is big. I said let's not make it bigger than what it is.
Fatherless black boys.
That ain't hip hop. Fatherless black boys ain't hip hop. Stop doing that.
Black people.
Fatherless boys. There wasn't no hip hop in the 70s. That wasn't hip hop. So when niggas started walking out on their families, when men started walking out on their families, it wasn't because of No, that ain't it. So stop doing that.
Thank you.
There was no one promoting. There's no one promoting.
Hip hop glamorized that shit.
Walking out on your kids.
Sexual exploitation.
Walking out on your kids.
Ain't that the same thing?
In the 70s.
Ain't that the same
in the
thing?
70s. When
we went back to the 70s.
Listen, you went.
Listen. Yo. Yes and no.
I love you, Doc.
I love you,
Doc.
too,
I love you.
I love you.
Like I need you to know. I need you to know. I love you.
Hip hop glamorized sexual exploitation of black women.
Glamorized, popularized. I'll say it popularized it.
Yes.
Bro, he tiptoeing around words, bro. Just say what it is. You know what it is, bro. Just say what it is, man. Stop tiptoeing around words. It ain't done shit. It ain't done nothing, bro. Hold them niggas accountable, bro. Call that shit out.
Yes, the answer is yes.
No, it's not. Don't answer for me. My answer was it popularized.
But that's your answer.
Glamorized is different.
You better go to law school. Your answer is yes.
Great.
What they call it, ethos, pathos, and
Listen, the more subscribers we get, the better the guests get. So please hit subscribe and support this black-owned independent podcast. All right, see you in the show.
All right, bro. That's basically it for this video. It's just a bunch of bullshit at the end. But how y'all feel about that, man? Do y'all feel like hip hop failed Black America? Let me know in the comments, bro. Do y'all want more videos like this talking about social issues? I'm still do my reaction, though. You feel me? So we gotta keep it play over it. But I still feel like it's an obligation to keep shit conscious and speak what's on my mind. Because these are real conversations I have in real life with my friends. Ask anybody who know me, bro. I'm always talking about stuff like this because it's important to me and it's real life. So let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Like, comment, subscribe, bro. Roll to 100 subs, bro. Giveaway is coming. Longer videos. Let me know if y'all guys like longer videos, shorter videos. I'm reacting to a lot of different shit. So it's like, if y'all want long videos, let me know. If y'all want short videos, let me know, man. All right, that's it for today's video, man. Peace.